Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Nicole, and today's video is going to be a lot different than usual. I've never done a recipe video. I am not the best cook, but the things I know how to cook, I feel I do very well. I've been told I make really good egg rolls, so I thought I would film a egg roll recipe for you. And yeah, this is my first time doing a recipe video, so it might be a little weird, but yeah. So these are the ingredients we are using. Have green cabbage, an onion, 2 or 3 carrots, just depends how big they are. I got 1 pound of ground pork, 2 eggs, egg roll wrapper. It's a spring roll, and you want to go, help her, zip it. You ain't gonna get paid. You might want to get them at the Asian store, because when I looked at, was it Harmon's? And then I know Walmart, Smith's, are all the same. They have the egg roll wrappers, but they have the thick kind. And you want to get a thin wrapper. You can get it at any Oriental market. This is the kind I always use. And it says it right here. It says super thin for crispier spring rolls. Spring roll, egg roll, whatever. So you want to get this. I got 3 packs, because it usually takes about 3 packs for the 1 pound of meat. And then you want how do you say? Hey, zip it. You're sous chef. You're not the head chef. So you don't speak. I'm sorry. Vermicelli noodles. They're the super thin clear noodles. And you're gonna use about half a pack. This was full, so half the pack. And then this is where it gets kind of weird, because growing up, no one ever measured anything cooking in my family. So no one has measurements. They just go, just put this much, just a little more, or like, you know, like they don't measure, they just eyeball it. So I tried my very best to measure, and if I'm correct, it's a 3, 2, 1. So 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of salt, and 1 tablespoon of MSG. Now that's optional. I don't know, some people like have issues with it, but my family cooked with it my whole life, so I guess I'm used to it. So 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then, like I said, we don't measure, so I don't know. I have black pepper. I don't like black pepper, but I just like to put some in just because. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it in. And then I have garlic powder. Garlic powder, it just depends. Not everyone does it, but I do it, and they say it's really good. And like I said, I don't have a measurement. I just kind of sprinkle it in. And then oyster sauce. This too, I don't know how to measure. Every time, everything I cook with it, I just like draw a design or something. So when we're filming, I'll film how much I pour in, and we'll guesstimate how much. I'm guessing, what, 4 tablespoons? Maybe, Emmy? 4? About 4, I think. I don't know. We'll double check. But yep, that's the rest. Those are the ingredients. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, to start. So to start, you're gonna take your noodles and you're gonna soak them in hot water while you're gonna cut the cabbage. You're gonna slice it really thin, and then shred the carrots. Don't dice them, shred them, like make them long. And I have a tool, a shredder tool right here. You could use a cheese grater too, probably, and just to make like strands. And you want it thinner, so that's why I wouldn't pre-buy the one that's already in shreds, because they're kind of thick. And then I have this shredder tool. You can also get this at any Asian store. And so you're gonna shred this. Did I tell you guys I have an onion? I don't remember, but And then you're gonna cut the onion, everything you wanna cut as thin as you can. Pre-soak this, soak this in hot water. And then, yeah, so to start, I got a big bowl. I'm gonna take my ground pork in the bowl. And then I'm gonna chop everything up and then I'll add everything. But remember, soak this in hot water, you guys. Don't forget to soak your noodles. Okay, so now my arm is killing me, and whew, this is where you mix everything in. So I just took the noodles out of the hot water and they're straining. And what you want to do is, if you have scissors, it makes it easier, is cut the noodles because they're in really long strands and you don't want your egg rolls to have really long strands. Oh, this scissor sucks. Okay. You don't want it to have really long strands, and I just cut them. It doesn't matter, just cut them at random, and hopefully you get everything somewhat cut. You don't want it to be like hella like diced, you know, just cut them so that they're not long, not too long. And then after that's done, and everything after I finish cutting it, I just threw them in the bowl. So then give it a squeeze to get as much water out as I can, and then throw that on. And also, the more vegetables you put in, the less likely it'll be salty. So we have all that in, and then we're gonna take one egg, and we're gonna just crack in one egg. Okay, and then we're gonna add in our ingredients. Emmy, do you wanna help Mama? Okay, Emmy's been playing with this. Here, baby. Put this in here. Go like that. Good, help Mommy. Like this. See? This one, look. Okay, put that one. Good job. Alright, it's okay. We got Aria here too. So we added those in, and now I'm gonna put in some black pepper. And like I said, I don't really like black pepper, so I don't put a lot. Just there. I don't know if you can see. I barely sprinkled it just to have some in there. And then I'm gonna take the garlic powder. Same thing. Just sprinkle it in there. And then now oyster sauce. Let me see. You don't want to put too much because that's gonna make it salty. Yeah, I think About, how much do you think that is, Emmy? Maybe three-ish tablespoons. I don't know. Go ahead and look for yourself, you guys. I just kind of put it around. And now you mix it all together. So I'm gonna use gloves because obviously I would use gloves if I was taking it to someone's house, but this is just for us. But also, I don't like when it gets all in my nails and stuff. So now we just mix it together. We break the egg. Okay, now a good way to know that you mixed it well enough is it should have reduced down to like half the bowl. And relax. So yeah, that's how you know if you mix it pretty well. And you could see it's just like all really mixed. And you want to make sure you broke the meat apart because you don't want it to just be a chunk of meat. So there's that. And then with the other egg, you're gonna take your other egg and put it into like a little bowl or something, because this is what you're gonna use to seal the egg roll. And then you just beat the egg. You just beat the egg, and that's what you're gonna use to seal the egg roll. I'm just gonna keep this fork because I'll use it to grab my meat. Then you're gonna take these out of the fridge. You buy them frozen. If you're gonna, you keep them frozen until you're going to cook. And I pull them out. I'll pull them out of the freezer while I'm prepping so they can thaw a little. And yeah, so all you're gonna do is peel the sheets. You're gonna peel the sheets, and then you're gonna roll your egg rolls. And I will show you guys how I roll egg rolls. My whole family says I do them wrong, but they end up looking the same, so who cares? So I'm just gonna finish peeling these, and then I'll show you guys how I roll my egg rolls. Oh, and also you don't want to peel too much at a time because then they start to dry out. So I'm just gonna peel a couple. Okay, so I have my sheet. I'm gonna lay it in a diamond, and then I just take a small amount, not too much, not too little, of my meat, and about that much. And then I just pull this over like this, and then I push it up to tighten it, and then I give it like a roll or two. And then when I get to when I roll it like twice, then I'll pull in the sides like that. Pull in the sides. And you want to do this as tight as you can so that it doesn't break when you're frying them. And then I just take the egg, and I just dab it right here to create the seal. And then there you go. That's how I roll my egg roll. And I'm just gonna keep rolling the egg rolls. So yeah, it depends how much you're doing. Takes a little while. It's nice to have help, but it's not that hard. Okay, you guys, I'm finally done rolling. It took me 2 packs of wrappers, so I have 50 egg rolls right here. I did have a little bit of meat left over. It just depends on how thick you roll them, how thick and thin. But yeah, I have my oil heating up right now. Put it on a medium-high heat. You don't want it on high because you don't want to burn them. You don't want them to burn before the insides cook, so medium high. I'm a high heat cooker. I cook on broil, and so yeah. And then don't put them in until they're all the way hot. So wait for the oil to get all the way hot, and then you could slowly put them in. And then you just want to fry them till they're golden brown all the way around, and then yeah, then they'll be done. Okay guys, there you have it. This is my Laotian egg roll recipe. I hope you enjoy it. I obviously rolled a lot more than this, but I'm too lazy to fry them. And if you don't want to fry them all, that's totally fine. Just throw them in the freezer, and when you're ready to cook them again, bring them out just long enough that you could break them apart. Don't thaw them, just go ahead and fry them frozen. Just make sure your oil is on a medium, that way it doesn't burn before it can cook all the way through. And yeah, because if you thaw them, they tend to break apart and they like shred, and they're not pretty. They'll still be good, they just won't be pretty. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, push the subscribe button down below, and I will see you in my next video.